So my name is Richard Main. I work for the Diabetes Foundation Aotearoa, based here in South Auckland in Aotearoa, and my role is a project manager for a Gardens for Health initiative supporting community garden uptake all across Auckland. We provide a suite of support measures. We work across Auckland, and we currently support 104 community gardens across the isthmus.
I'm Trevor Crosby, and I'm part of the coordinators for the Sanctuary Mahi Whenua here in Auckland, Mount Albert. The garden was set up in 1999 by Unitec as a teaching garden for organic horticulture. Richard helped to build the plant by planting, sorting things out with students, with the architect of the site, Brendan Harare. That lasted till about 2008, end of 2008, when horticulture ceased here. For about 2 years, it was looked after by Workforce Auckland, was dealing with people with disabilities. Then it came the idea for a community garden, and that was in 2011. My wife saw was a community garden thoughts. I didn't like the thought of it whatsoever. But within a year, when I found who was involved here, what the place represented, it was not just the gardening, it was the whole concept here, this urban biodiversity jewel for Auckland on the isthmus. That's what attracts me here, and why I was so interested for so long, keeping this place going as a space for Aucklanders to enjoy. Richard, he is prepared to take time with people. He's got a lot of practical expertise. He's a builder, he does things. It's not just a theoretician sitting there at the office telling you what to do. He's out there telling you, showing you actually how you do it.
I'm Brendan Murphy, and I'm a coordinator here at the CCS Disability Action Dig It Community Garden. The purpose of this garden is to create a space where anyone can come in and garden. And it's a space that's sort of empowering people, inspiring people, and helping people learn. This garden was specially designed for accessibility. We've done an upgrade in 2017 to make it more accessible than it was. Before, this side wasn't as accessible as the other side, but we've got concrete paths, we've got different height beds, we've got flat tops on the beds. We designed our paths to be minimum width for 2 wheelchairs to pass as well, and that's I think that's one of our biggest things, is anybody can come here, and we sort of have, there's no distinguishment between saying, oh, you can do this and you can do that. When they walk in the door, they decide what they want to do and what they can do, and we just work with that. Richard has been coming in here for quite a while, pretty well I think the whole time I've been here, and Richard has been a wealth of information. It was really good to get ideas from him and talk to him about what I thought was, what he thought was a good idea for me to go. He's got knowledge of 40 gardens around Auckland he's worked with over the years, and he's got so much experience with them. He's able to apply that knowledge he's gained here to help us to sort of get things moving the way we want them to move.
I've been volunteering for the last 10 years in Royal Oak Community Dig It Garden. When I first started, I didn't know much about gardening living in a different climate. So I have learned a lot from this community garden, but you also get to meet so many different people, and you learn from each other. And this garden is also specifically also for disabled people, where you learn to work with disabled people. And the reason I joined also this garden was because I started to homeschool my 2 sons in 2014, and I wanted for them to have a place where they could be outside and learn something. They have learned a lot in this garden, so do I, not only how to grow their own food organically, but also how to interact with all different people and different ages. I met Richard here while gardening. He does some workshops here as well. Richard is actually amazing, because I was always surprised by his productive garden. And I would always go back to him to ask him what he was doing and how he was doing it. He's a great person to be around, and we really enjoy him.
My name's Stacey Mowbray and I work for Headway Brain Injury Auckland. Headway has been around for 40 years providing support, education and navigation to the Auckland community impacted by brain injury. Richard helped set up this garden a couple of years ago, so it's still really a baby garden, but Richard came in and with his team built these amazing raised garden beds, helped provide everything from the soil, the plants, the tools, and then a lot of guidance as well. So he's been an integral part of this little garden of ours. For our community impacted by brain injury, it provides not just an activity but a space where they can be out working together, connecting together, learning and really gaining a sense of purpose and meaning. So Richard is such a font of knowledge around gardens, so having him to, whether it's to ring up and get some advice or, you know, he'll often put that call in of what do you need for this season, or can I bring you this? And there he is, the next day he turns up with what we need and the time to come and have a look at the garden and maybe give us some advice, but just a lot of encouragement. I mean, that's, I think, when you're starting out in gardening, for anyone learning, knowing that you can't really go wrong, that you just get out there and do it, and Richard's very supportive and positive about that.
What we do at Diabetes Foundation Aotearoa is we work in the Tamaki Makaurau community and we provide diabetes prevention and complication prevention services. Richard's role in the organisation is managing the Gardens for Health program, which is a really important program to us. It's not always easy to see the connection between diabetes and gardening, but it's actually fundamental that really good quality fruit, vegetables, things that people can grow at home in an affordable way, that's actually got a lot to do with health and diabetes. Apart from the value that he brings to this program, Richard is a fabulous person to work with. He gets on with people, he's got amazing knowledge and skills that he applies to everything he does. He's going to be hugely missed as a team member, quite apart from the things that he brings to the community gardens.
I know Richard's coming back here as a volunteer, so I want to see him stay healthy, and I want to see him start enjoying his life and really following his passion, which is gardening and people. So I'd love to see him back again. He is coming back with a bed, so I'm just going to enjoy working with him for as long as I can in the future. He's a great inspiration to me and a lot of people here.
Oh yes, well Richard he will be able to go back to enjoying what he is. He's always been offered a place to come back here to things, but he'll be probably gardening closer to his home going through. Richard has had a varied life in gardening, doing it from royalty when he was over in England to doing it now to helping more than 100 community gardens and gardening areas here in Auckland over the last 15 years. So he's done a great job.
So, you know, I'm sure he's got great plans, but I hope he knows that our door here at Headway is always open, and we'd love to see him come back and visit us anytime. Come and eat some of our beautiful veggies that we're growing, and just absolute best wishes for his future.